Okay. Let's go. Second time is a charm. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for staying tuned. Oh, so people are still yet online. Thank you for staying tuned. Um, this is Living LTV with me. We've been having technical difficulties with our internet connection, and hopefully now this one will stay, and we'll be able to have this long-awaited Ask Me Anything, right? So our link has changed. Um, let's go ahead and share this one and let people know that we are live. Yes, we are live. So please go ahead and let's share this everywhere. Let people know that we are live and we want to do our Ask Me Anything. Ask Me Anything, right? Back up, join in. Okay. So I really hope and believe that we will not have technical difficulties with our connection now. Um, so let's just go ahead. So my name is Gbenga Adebayo. If you're joining for the very first time, please remember to subscribe to this channel and share this with your friends. Let them know that we are doing and Ask Me Anything. The more you know, the better you know, the better your life. Last week we took some questions. We answered questions on fertility and your menstrual period, what should you, how should it be? We talk about long period, short period. You can go ahead and watch that video. And I also spoke about some hygiene, some health and hygiene issues. Some people keep complaining, why is my vagina smelling this way? Why is it that way? Why is that way? Is vagina clean? And of course, we spoke about it. So let's go right ahead and have other questions. I know somebody asked some question in the comment section that we didn't get to, but I believe my colleague asked them all teed up, and we'll be getting to them as we go ahead. So please, let's have the next questions as we go into today's AMA. So question, please. So can we have, what question do we have up there? Okay. So when somebody fasts too much, is it a symptom of something? Certainly, anything that is too much is a problem. You don't want anything too much, even if something is good. It's too much. Okay, I really remember we had question of vitamin D. I don't know if we had asked it, but we'll get right to that today. So anything that is too much, if you say something is too much, anything is a problem. So farting is part of life. It doesn't matter how handsome, how beautiful you are, you should fart. If you stop farting, then that's a problem. So that means we go beyond constipation to obstipation, right? That's a problem. We don't want that. So we want people to have normal bowel habit, normal bowel movement. And with bowel movement, farting is part of it. So farting happens. But if you now say somebody is farting too much, we now need to now find out why is that so? What's happening? Right? Is it and often that will have to do with what you eat, yeah, because it's what goes to the mouth. Part of the byproduct of what goes to your mouth is what makes it to come out. So I now need to ask you, what do you mean too much? Thank you, Ace Charles. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you. Good morning. Okay, yeah, that means where you are is morning. Where we are is actually afternoon. So that's why we say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is you are joining us from. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining in. So fasting is a normal part of human experience, but we don't want you to fat too much. If you are fatting too much, it may be that something is up with your diet. It's either you are constipated, and so that can be problem. Or you eat something, you have flatulence. So you now start to have um, abdominal discomfort with this fatting. It's getting to disturb your activities of daily living. Then I would suggest that you need to go see your physician. If you are lactose intolerant, right? So that some people they don't process milk, dairy products, they don't process it very well. doesn't, they struggle with it, and then it can come with fatting. If you eat legumes, beans and stuff like that, that can make people to also fat. So look at your diet. If you see you are fat, look at what you are eating, and if it's now because it's now associated with other abdominal symptoms, you are finding it difficult to use the toilet, or you strain, then please go see your physician, and let's get to the root of what is causing your abdominal discomfort. Right? Thank you. Can we have the next question? Next question that we have on our list. Will taking vitamin D daily help me to stay healthy? Now, right? I just said earlier that there can be too much of a good thing. You can have too much of a good thing. If you are Vitamin D is important, yeah, and depending on where you stay on the surface of the earth, some places they have problem even with sunshine, so they are they are ab initio. They have vitamin D deficiency. I don't know. I hope I've not been saying vitamin C. They have vitamin D deficiency. So um, now, but there can be too much of a good thing, right? In fact, there was a report earlier in the day I just read of somebody that took over 2,000, like 8 tablets of vitamin D every day. And said, I have vitamin D, I want to be healthy, I want to be healthy. And this fella fell severely sick. Felt and 3 months after he had stopped the vitamins, he was still sick. He was still grappling with the effect of his overdose of vitamin D. Vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin alongside vitamin A, E, and K. So it doesn't get excreted so quickly, unlike vitamin C, for instance, which is a water soluble vitamin that, and there can still be, you can still have overdose of vitamin C. If you take too much vitamin C, you can have kidney stones. Thank you, welcome OBG. Thank you for joining us. So even as vitamin D is a beautiful thing, it's a good thing. Vitamin C, lack of vitamin C is associated with so many things, even mood. Even some people have linked it with the problems that we had with the recent pandemic. That one of the reasons why people that are subject to the COVID was that maybe some of them have vitamin D deficiency. All right, and then calcium and all those things. So, but what we know is, please, before you go on any long-term supplication, please discuss it with your physician, right? Discussing with your physician. Don't just, this good, vitamins are very good, and then you just start loading up on vitamins. You may be harming yourself, and you will harm yourself if you do that. The long term, that's it. So, but we believe and we advocate for vitamin D fortification of food with vitamin D. It's not it's You can't have overdose with the quantities that are put in food, exposure to sunlight. No, we advocate that, but let's be careful with how much vitamin D you want to take daily. So, talk to your physician about it, and let's get to know what's best for you. Right? I hope I've answered that question and done justice to it. Right? Which foods contain vitamin D? So, vitamin D has you have some vitamin D you find in plants, and you have some you find it in animal food. And then, of course, our body also produces it as an hormone with exposure to sunlight. So just eat well, right? Eat your dairy product, and then around we still have some people are moving that some food should be fortified with vitamin D. So you have some flour, you have milk fortified with vitamin D, and then cereals fortified with vitamin D. So just eat well, and by and large, you'll be fine, right? You'll be fine. So the normal food I would say people should eat enough cereals, eat legumes, eat meat, calcium, bony protein. Those things are helpful. And then of course, exposure to sunlight, right? Especially for children. Now that you've asked me, this is very important. A lot of kids now, if you look at it, kids in this age, in this climate, they are less exposed to the sun than it was some years back. I know some people that their kids are getting what they call bow leg, because those kids don't get exposed to the sun, right? They don't not enough exposure to the sun. Of course, vitamin D is linked to calcium processing and stuff like that. So please, exposure to sun, eat, feed adequately, the normal, healthy, nutritious diet. And if you need supplementation, your physician will work with you on that, right? Thank you so much. Next question. Right, next question. May I hope I've answered. So legumes, milk, cereals, seafood, they have good vitamin D, and then of course they have fortified foods now that will have vitamin D. Okay, can we have the next question? How often do I really need to have my teeth professionally cleaned? Okay, good. That's a good question. First, let me say that the truth of the matter is that most people don't brush their teeth properly, right? Um, in fact, it's a misnomer to say you brush your teeth. Actually, what we are meant to brush is not really our teeth; it's our gum line. Is the junction between your gums and your teeth. And then, of course, you brush in between. You are meant to clean in between your teeth. So, it's one of the things that our and dental health, oral health, is really, really, really important. More important than many people realize. Your oral health actually affects even your heart, right? Bad dentition, bad oral health is associated with heart disease, right? Associated with all kinds of things. So it's important that we get it right and we clean our mouth effectively. Part of the things that beyond even getting, because how often, let me first answer that question and then talk, how often do you get your teeth professionally clean? It's once a year. You're meant to have a dental checkup at least once a year, right? Unless other things. So once you go for that dental checkup or you do dental checkup, one of the things that they will do is to professionally try to clean your teeth, check. Uh, but so if you are doing something just once a year, it means that what you are doing um, all day long during the year is probably more important than what you do once a year. Once a year cleaning is professional checkup is important so that we can pick up on dental caries on time. You can pick up on things that because if you lose it, um, it affects. It's going to affect even your facial structure, right? Because where the teeth, they also serve back pressure that they put on your jaws help you to prevent resorption. So if somebody has lost a tooth or series of teeth, after a while that part of the jaw starts to get weaker and get resolved. So it's important that we take care of our jaws. So that fine boy, fine girl will not become will not become something else. So let's take care of our teeth. And so brushing our teeth every day, twice daily, more appropriately, because that's what our dentists recommend is important. Also important practice that you and I should learn to do is flossing, right? Flossing is when you take a piece of material, a floss, and then use it to scrape in between the crevices of your between your teeth and even the surfaces of your teeth. This helps you to get those little food particles that stay there and can cause problem. And you know any flossing is better than no flossing. So if you can actually floss, even with water, although it won't do a good job, but it's better than nothing. So you can just put water in your mouth and swish it all around and spit it out. It will get some dirt, dislodge some dirt, and get your mouth to be better than if you just swallow your spittle and all that. So we brush our gum lines, brush properly twice daily, make sure we floss and will be better for it. Gum disease is what we are trying to mostly prevent, right? Gum disease and dental caries and is what we are majorly trying to prevent every time you brush. So to answer your question, how often do I really need to brush my have my teeth professionally cleaned once a year. But beyond that, please make sure you obey and do proper dental hygiene every day. Every day. Right? Beautiful. Great. Next question, please. Do you have other questions? If you have any question, just go right ahead and drop it in the chat section. We'll be happy to answer your question. Any question, please just put it in the chat box there. We'll answer them. Right? Okay, another question. You said I can't clean my hair with cotton buds. How do I get rid of hair dirt and hair wax? I think we actually have a video on Living Health TV about this, and I'll just like my colleague to drag it out from there and just put it there so that we can we can get to watch it again. See, your ears are beautiful. Why do I say that? They are naturally cleaning, right? So the way your ear is designed is that wax will move outwardly and then drops. Some of you might actually see you're just walking, steady, you just see something drop out of your ear. It's wax. So when you now put caution, but we don't advocate it at all. It's something that I don't know. I can't. It should be clean my ears. I don't do that. So if at all anything you want to do is to, if you are feeling itchy ear and all that, is to press your tragus. Just there's this something here. Press it if you are feeling itchy and all that. There, your ear wax is not dirt. The only part of your ear that you should clean is the external ear. So that's the crevices behind your ear. But anything beyond that you cannot see inside it, the cerumen, that's what we call it, the air wax that your air produces, is actually good for you. It's protective, it protects your air canal, it has antibacterial properties. And when you now put um, cotton bud inside and you're trying to clean, you actually will not be able to clean properly because your air is not straight, right? It has some curvatures. What you'll be doing is that you're going to be pushing the wax deeper into your ear, and you can actually give yourself air impaction, wax impaction. You give yourself wax impaction, air wax impaction. And what that means is that you push the ear wax so deep that it will be there. And then some people actually think that they are going deaf. But what actually has happened to them is that they have wax impaction. And then by the time that wax is dislodged, it's like a miracle. Someone that could not hear before suddenly is able to pick up and say, wow, wow, I can. It's just that. So if you feel that you truly have an overproduction of airwax, then go get it professionally cleaned. Go see an ENT. Go see a nurse, an ENT nurse now, but go see an ENT, not a nurse, not just any nurse. Don't do that. Go see an ENT specialist, right? And they have the right equipment to syringe your air and to clean it professionally. Yeah, so that's the video right there. That this habit can make you go deaf, and that if you are fiddling. You mean some people enjoy it, you know. It's a pleasant feeling when you put something in your ear and then you are swishing it up and down. You're feeling, you know, you're feeling tantalized. You're feeling stimulated, but you're actually harming yourself, right? So that wax there, if your body is overproducing, it will come. It and actually pushing air cotton buds into that messes up that body's mechanism. The body by itself pushes out wax, it produces. So after a while, you might just see something just out there close to you. So just proper, it comes out, right? You have your bath, everything comes all out. So please don't push, don't clean your ears and put stuff in your ear. The air will get rid of it. And if you think, oh, something is there, it's really irritating me, it's giving me problems, then please go get it done professionally. Go see your ENT, and then they can do air syringing for you, right? Great. I hope I've answered May. Great, thank you. We've not seen Temitope today. Temitope, are you around? If you're around, just give me a thumbs up. Let me know you are online today. And if not, so that's fine. I understand. How often should I cleanse my body by fasting? It seems we are preoccupied with cleaning, because almost all our questions have to do with cleaning one part of the body or the other. So this person now is not interested in general cleaning of the body. I think we have some videos on fasting, intermittent fasting, dieting, and all. I'm not sure. I would really like to say that fasting is cleansing of the body. So, yeah, it may be an, 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 an effect to rest your gut and give your body some break to probably heal itself and do what it needs to get done. So intermittent fasting is great for anyone trying to maintain or lose weight. So, and that's we have a video on it. I would say that you can search online, and then my friends can also my producer, my colleague can also just look for that video and drop the link. The videos that we have that have to do with fasting, the ancient secrets of dieting that we did. Uh, oh, Temisa Power, I knew you'd be around. Yeah, okay, yeah. What makes you? I think you asked that question last last week. Okay, so those things, let's cleanse my body by fasting. So live a fasted life. That's what I say. That's what I do. I try not to eat more than well, not bigger than my fist, and then just take a break. I have a It's a personal thing like that. It's not something that anybody has to do by themselves. I have a day in a week I don't eat. I just stay off food until 24-hour cycle that I don't eat something. I just eat in the evening, something light, and then it's just a habit I have. Is it okay? Is it not okay? You don't have to do that. You know, um, everybody doesn't have to do that. But fasting is good. That's what the evidence shows us, that it's good, especially if we do it properly, right? Staying off food, calorie restriction can be a good thing to do. So I don't know if to be something that we say cleansing. No. Yeah. What makes a person sweat more than normal? So we need to know that sweating is good first. Because I have someone that wrote me some while back and said, please help me. My daughter is sweating. She sweats. When she plays, she sweats. And I'm like, what do you want? You don't want the poor girl to sweat when she has gone to play. Sweating is normal. In fact, sweating, some people say that sweating is one of our super, what would I say, super weapons as human beings. That's one of the things that distinguishes human beings from a lot of other creatures, the ability to sweat. So it's important that we know that sweating is fine, sweating is good, sweating is not a problem. In fact, sweating is what helps us not to die, that we dying of heat strokes, dying of all kinds of stuff. It's up to our body to thermoregulate and keep itself good, and even to excrete some waste products, right? So somebody that takes alcohol, for instance, you would have known that after you've taken alcohol, one of the ways your body excretes that ethanol is your sweat. Your sweat. You start to smell. Your sweat will smell alcohol. So it's one of the ways we excrete some metabolites. So now the question now is, when the person says sweat more than normal, so what is so like I just want to say that, I mean, probably both of us agree that sweating is normal, sweating is good. So but however, it's possible that you sweat so much that it now becomes a social issue. It now starts to affect your confidence, affect your palms are all sweaty, and all kinds of things. So first thing we like to ask is hygiene. So it goes back to hygiene. What are the things that you are doing? Do you have your bath well? And then with abnormal sweating, we produce a lot of sweat. Part of the things that can happen is that the bacteria that sit in your armpit, because sweat by itself is odorless. Right? Sweat by itself is odorless. So what now happens is that the bacteria, and my bacteria will be different from yours different from another person. So the bacteria that you have in your body, have in your armpit, have in your armpit pit, if the fist react on that sweat, then you can have a smell. And that smell may be foul, and that's what we want to avoid. We want to avoid foul, body odor. So sweating necessarily does not mean that somebody will have a foul body odor. But if you are now being so sweaty and you have foul body odor, then there are so many things that you can do. There are many cosmetic products, many life changes. So one of the things you can reduce the sweatiness um, using some powder, using powders, things like wearing some clothes, right? So you don't want to wear linen or things that will you want to wear black. You don't want, so you can wear cotton, things that can breathe, that can help air circulate over your skin and evaporate sweat, not make it. If you find that your palms are always sweaty and people don't like to shake you, then keep an handkerchief in your pocket before you shake anybody. Stylishly put your hand in your pocket, make it dry, and then give a firm, dry, lovely handshake so that you don't feel let out of place. And then, of course, it may be your diet as well, maybe the things you do, maybe your activity. So watch it. A high salt diet may make you sweat a bit because your body will want to get rid of some of that. So watch what you do. Um, are there illnesses that can make someone sweat excessively? Yeah. So if you have something that you have an hormonal imbalance, your testosterone, not testosterone, sorry, your thyroid hormones. If your thyroid hormones are whack and then you have hyperthyroidism, then you can your body you can sweat excessively, feel hot excessively. So if you are sweating more than normal and it's worrisome, go see your doctor. Let's know whether there's nothing wrong medically as an underlying factor. But if it's just the social issues, the advice that I've given may be helpful because people sweat differently. Everybody has different ways that they take care of themselves. Right? How can I stop smelly feet? Is it a sign of sickness? Not necessarily. No. I don't know if your feet are smelling. Um, that's probably a sign of hygiene. So I think today is hygiene issues. So it could be your shoes. Do you air your shoes to dry after you wear them? Because sweat, like I said, sweat by itself really doesn't smell, right? So we sweat in our feet. We sweat in them. We wear socks, wear shoes. So that sweat builds up. And the bacteria feeds on that sweat, produces a smell, right? Produces gases and smell. So what we want to find out is keep our feet dry. Is the water is a moisture, right? Wash if you have infection, fungal infection between your toes or under your nails and your feet, please go see your physician. Let's take care of it, right? Uh, so your smelling feet is about hygiene. I'm not sure there's a disease. I can't remember a disease now that localizes smell to just your feet. So unless you have uh, fungal infections, of course, if you have an infection, have sores in your feet and bacteria acts on them, fungi acts on them, then you can have um, problems, right? So let's. I hope I've answered your question, BG. All right. Any other question? Any other question? Do we have any other question? If you've not liked uh, our video, please like the video. Go ahead and click the like button. If you have not shared it, please go right ahead and share. Let somebody else, somebody to discover this video. We have to start all over afresh. So the link we have out there that we publicize is not the same link that we are using right now. So please share this video, share it on your WhatsApp status, share it on your Facebook page, share it with friends. Let's all get better. I keep getting yeast infections. What could be the cause? I will assume that the person that is asking this question is female and is asking about candida. So that's yeast infection of the female reproductive part, right? One of the things about yeast infections by nature is that they can recall, no, they can reoccur. So the question they're difficult to get rid of. So the question I will need to ask this person if we are consulting, which is not what we are doing, we're just giving advice, is when you say you keep getting, so what does that keep getting mean? Is it that it occurs, you treat? I'll need to ask you how you've been treating. And I'll need to ask if you are sexually active. So if you are sexually active and you are getting treated, if your partner is not getting treated, your partner is just keep going to keep reinfecting you, right? So if you are the next time you want to get, or if you, as you want to get treated, you and your partner should both be treated. Yeast infections are easy to treat if there are no underlying medical issues. So if you keep getting it, so we need to rule out underlying medical issues. So medical issues that can lead to your reduction in immunity, may make you predisposed to having repeated yeast candidiasis, to having candida infection. So, and if that is taken out of the way, then we now need to say, has your partner been treated? And are you properly getting treated? No. Because that you use a cream and you use it for 3 days and then the itchiness stops, right? Does not mean that the infection has been taken care of. You have to use it for the prescribed duration so that you can totally get rid of it, right? You can truly totally get rid of it. So you will need to continue treatment even after you feel your symptoms are stopped. Because if you do not, the little that remains after they have left, they will flourish again. We have spent over 31 minutes. I don't know if we have one more question. We can take one more question and then we can wrap up this AMA. We have any other question? Any other question? Right? Is there any other question? Okay. In the absence of any other question, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone that has joined in today. Thank you for your patience with us. I'm happy we're able to make it work out and have a good time answering and asking questions. Okay, so we'll be on our way again next week, Friday, by the grace of God. Until that time, as area they say, make it and remember, say life, you no get duplicate. God bless you.